The legislature of Iru Victoria Island lcda organized a public hearing to review existing and newly proposed bylaws for the advancement of the communities and residents. Councillors, community leaders, executive members of Iru Victoria Island lcda, and relevant management stakeholders were in attendance. The reviewed bylaws include Revenue Rate Bill, Radio and Visual License Display, Regulatory and Control of Cutting-Third Roads, as well as Rights of Way, Numbering and Renumbering of Houses, and Environmental Sanitation. The council leader of the Iru Victoria Island legislature, Aminat Alabi, said the public hearing aims to familiarize residents with the functions of legislatures and seek their input on the proposed bills.
My great pleasure that I welcome you all our invited guests to today's public hearing on various bills of our bylaws. The essence is to intimate the general public on our constitutional obligations as your representative and to seek your input on all the bills before it is signed into law. Your presence is highly appreciated, and I want to assure you that your input will be taken into consideration before we conclude all the processes.
There was an educative session on separation of powers and function of the critical arms of government, while penalties for violators of ratified bills were read out.
The legislative arm of this local government has done is to look at how best we can better improve our revenue generation, moving forward. They have decided to look at the bill critically well, in line with what the administration of Governor Babangida Sanwo-Olu is doing in terms of their team's arrangement.
A dialogue session was held among the councillors, relevant council officials, and community leaders on the modalities of the proposed bills. The parley was commended by participants, while some residents had their say on some of the bills under review and rate levies.
As part of the democratic process, it's a good thing because it gives room for those who have objections to raise them. And you can, from the proceedings, you can see that there are objections here and there. So it's good. The local government is making a move, but it is also good that responses are coming almost instantly to ensure that what comes out is a product of what has taken into consideration how the people feel about the regulations that are in the offing.
What they already proposed on the bill here that I read, they are already existing before. They are all existing. It's just the area the environmental area that really want to go out with what the environment of the Minister of Environment are doing, that some things are coming to it. But most of all the revenue, the liquor, the food, some of all the things are already existing before. But prescribe it to make it as a bylaw. The fine thing, the local government are entitled to make a bylaw.
The council chairman, Rashida Tadu, stressed the importance of community inclusion in the government decision process as she called for compliance once the bills are passed.
The stakeholders are here. It's not something that we could do on our own, that we should just decide and say we want to do a bylaw and that we're binding on all the citizenry of this local council development area. But we must also consider them as part of us, because they are all stakeholders. There's nothing we do that will not bring them on board, so that together we'll talk about it, and at the end of the day, we both reach a focal point. And that is what is happening today. And my own is to appeal to them to ensure that this bylaw is taken and is taken seriously.
The general expectation is that the concerns of residents will be addressed and widely accepted bills will be passed.